afternoon and welcome to Policing TV. Delighted again to be joined by Rachel Tuffin, who is the Interim Director at the Centre for Police Productivity at the UK's College of Policing. Now, Rachel, on this video, we're going to be talking about redaction. And it's not just about text redaction, it's also about matters that go beyond that. So over to you, please, to explain.
Yeah, so here we're getting into the sort of what you might call the final stage in that innovation pipeline that we've been talking about. So sharing, testing, and then here getting into national adoption, or how do you get something adopted in your whole country? So the example here, redaction software. So originally tested by Hertfordshire Constabulary, and they I think were. I think they were the first, and they did their own test. And then this was picked up by the Eastern Region Innovation Network, run by a woman called Stacey Rothwell. And they provided that support that we've been talking about. So some on-the-ground support, examples, assistance. They helped Hertfordshire to create a blueprint effectively for being able to do this kind of work. So it was adopted across this eastern region. And you might then think that it would be quite easy to go from that to sort of national adoption. But actually it hasn't really. It's sort of slowed down. And I think there were a few reasons for that. One, we weren't in place at that point. So there wasn't any of that kind of support. What the Eastern region had provided wasn't there sort of across the country. And so we've been trying to put that in place, providing a sort of network for all of the people who work on redaction or be interested in that work on redaction, and then understand with them, if a force hasn't adopted yet, why? What are the reasons behind it? What barriers are there? Is it because they've had other change projects? Is it because the business case didn't land quite as it needed to with senior leaders? Is it because they just don't have the resources to invest in it right now? Is it because there are change process issues with the people who need to be using this, officers and staff who need to actually use this software, this material? And we've learned lots of lessons from doing that, which we're now going on to apply with audio, visual and multimedia redaction. So this is more sort of blurring faces. There we were talking about deleting names and addresses and identifying material. Now a sort of blurring faces and voices so that you can use material in various contexts, court and so forth, with the material prepared. And here we're learning the lessons from that. Home Office are providing a central fund, which of course will help. But equally as importantly, I think we're providing quite a close network of implementation support. So we've already got the network of forces in place. We're getting them to tell us what kinds of things they're going to need in some detail. We'll give them an adoption pack. We're working with the very early adopters for them to tell us what lessons they're learning. So it's really satisfying to sort of work through with forces. Okay, what do you need? How can we provide that? How can we make sure that you're all getting access as fast as possible to the things that will help you overcome the barriers to implementation? So yeah, it's been good, and lots more to do, obviously, but it's quite encouraging so far.
One of the things that struck me ever since we first met, Rachel, is just how enthusiastic about the work that you do, and the way in which you communicate the initiatives that have come across your desk and the work that you and your team are doing. Can I just encourage those who may be interested in this or feel that they've got something to contribute? college.police.uk. You can contact Rachel and her team, and indeed the wider college through that. Feel free also to come to me via policing.tv. Fascinating, always fascinating talking to you, Rachel. Once again, thank you very much indeed.
I feel very lucky. Thank you very much, Bernard.